What's going on, guys? PlayBox here, and we're back for another Dragon Ball Legends video. Now, this video we're going to be discussing about the new video that just released this morning. In this video, they talked about a new character coming out in the form of Super Saiyan Broly. Not the full power legendary Super Saiyan Broly, but just a regular Super Saiyan Broly, which is pretty cool to see. I would have much rather liked to see the controlled Super Saiyan Broly, the one with like purplish blue here. That was in the first Broly movie. That would have been so much better to see, but oh well, it's a new Broly. They showed gameplay, but I'm not going to be showing it in this video. I'm mainly going to be talking about the new game mode that they released. Well, they didn't release, but they gave us more info about this new game mode that they teased in the previous video and stuff. So other than the new game mode, they also gave us more info about the 1,000-day celebration, that we're gonna get like a new character specifically for people that have surpassed 1,000 days logged in. So that's cool to see. But like I said, in this video we're gonna mainly focus on basically the new game mode and the information we have on that game mode. So the name of this new game mode is Tournament of Power. So yes, it's referencing the Tournament of Power from the anime Dragon Ball Super, of course. The reason why it's named after the Tournament of Power, because it is kind of like a survival-ish game from what I'm understanding. Right off the bat, as you can see, this is not your typical Dragon Ball Legends gameplay. You can see on the second image that like it's more of like a map-based layout. It's not like a fighting game like you would play in like PvP, so it's much different, which is something that's really cool, because the last thing you want from this new game mode is just your typical gameplay that you would get from PvP or just like story mode. I think that's also one of the main reasons why co-op is not that fun, because first of all, it's pretty lackluster in terms of rewards in the gameplay, and it's pretty much a downgraded version of like PvP. So that's why co-op is pretty much no one plays out other than like the 3 dailies. So the fact that this new game mode is completely new with different mechanics and such is actually a big plus in that regard. So in this first picture, you can see that you can create a team for this game mode, and it seems like you can create a team of 6. On this picture, we see that these units are all 14. The Shallot's all 14 stars, and the Billy bonus is 9,999. But I don't think that's gonna be the case. I think that's just like that for the specific example. But it also tells us that these characters, the characters that you will be able to bring into the game mode, will have special unique abilities directly tied into this game mode. So these are probably gonna be unique abilities that won't be affected in like PvP, and it's gonna be specifically for this game mode, which is pretty cool to see. One big thing to keep note of is that this is going to be like a turn-based system, so it's not gonna be, like I said, PvP where you know, whoever gets priority gets to do combos, blah blah blah. It's gonna be more like a turn-based system, like a card game, like Yu-Gi-Oh, for example. You would have to take turns one by one, so that's pretty cool to see. You know, we've never had a turn-based system in this game so far, so that's pretty cool to see. And as you can see from the picture again, they're going to be organized in 3x3 spaces. We're going to need more info on that and how that works, because with this bare minimum information, there's not much to go off of. Alright, in this screen, you can kind of see how the gameplay is going to be majority of the time. It's like I said, like on a map screen, so kind of similar to how the events are mapped out, where each stage is on like a map and it's connecting to another one, but it's not really the same. But in this, there's different type of squares that you can go on, battle spaces, which they're calling it, and some spaces would be linked to a battle you'll have with the AI. Something worth mentioning, that these battles are completely against AI and the computer. You're not going to be playing against someone else. However, the AI that you do fight against is based off of other players' team composition, so that's something to keep mind of. So other squares involve like a health square, a health restoration square, and also other spots where you get certain attribute upgrades. You'll see in the next slide, some squares give you increased health restoration, increased just attribute upgrades, and some of them just pretty much restore your health, which is something to keep note of, because it would be probably important to go to these health squares after a battle, because maybe you're not gonna be restoring HP in between battles. So that's maybe something that you have to keep in account of. This is a survival mode, so being able to restore your health through these limited health spaces would be probably important. So Toshi basically said that there's going to be two phases in how you play this mode. The first phase involved going to deciding which space to go to, and the next one is deciding what characters you're going to send out to if there is a battle or whatnot. So as you can see in this one, you pretty much get to see what kind of bonuses you get in each like layout. So here you get 29.9% base damage inflicted, well 30% the health restoration, and an upgrade to special moves. So those are kind of an example of what type of attribute upgrades you'll be getting depending on which square you go, if it's not a battle space, from what I've understood. Something I forgot to mention is that if you, for example, lose a battle, in this case it says if you lose a battle, you'll be sent back to space, but the event for that space will not activate. However, your health will be restored. So I guess if you lose a battle, that's the only way for your health to restore, other than the health spaces. So that's cool to see. From what I've understood, this kind of reminds me of Dragon Ball Z Budokai 2. The story mode was kind of a map-based system, and you get to decide where you go. For those of you who've played that game, you probably understand what I'm trying to say. Each spot has a different some specific thing. You can maybe get a Dragon Ball at that spot, or you can get like a skill or anything, and then certain enemies will be on different locations. So once you get to that space is when you'll be fighting them. So this is kind of similar in that aspect, so that's pretty cool to see. So the way Toshi phrased this game mode is kind of a polar opposite to PvP, in the sense that you're not going to be fighting in real time with another enemy, and of course you're not fighting the actual opponent in real time. You're going to be fighting an AI that is based off of another player's team. So this is going to be strictly PvE, where you fight an AI. However, there is also going to be a ranking system similar to PvP, where I think maybe it depends on how long you survive in a battle or how many battles you win or something. There's going to be a seasonal ranking system, and just like PvP, you get like, chrono crystals depending on your placement. If you're in the top 20k, top 10k, top 5k or whatever, there's most likely going to be a ranking system in that similar aspect, where if you're in the top 10k in most battles win, you might get rewards CC based on that. So that is cool to see that there's going to be like a season based system, so that you'll have more ways of getting chrono crystals. So every season basically you have PvP and then this new tournament power mode, and you'll be able to get CC for these two things. So that's really cool to see. The biggest thing I want to say, like I'm pretty sure I mentioned in the beginning, is that this new game mode is completely different from what we've normally been able to see in Dragon Ball Legends. So that's what I'm mostly excited for, because like I said, anything new to the game is cool to see, because it keeps the game more refreshing and stuff. So I'm really excited to see what this game mode has to offer. It's slated to release during the spring, so I'm guessing around mid-March or around there is when they're gonna release. The new Broly and stuff are gonna probably release tonight, maybe at reset. So that's what I'm guessing, but we still don't know 100% sure on that. So yeah, that's gonna be pretty much it for the video. For sure I'm gonna make another video going over making a guide on how to play this game once it releases, so be sure to stay tuned for that. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, and don't forget to subscribe, because that shit is so important, so don't forget. Other than that, have a great day. See ya.